from the F3 Nation podcast studio. This is the COT podcast, connecting the packs of F3 Nation through fitness, fellowship, and faith. Here, the men of F3 gather each week to share stories, celebrate wins, and lock shields for the hard work ahead. F3 is more than free workouts at Dark 30. It's about leadership, accountability, and changing the lives of men and the communities they serve. Each episode, we bring you the latest news from the nation, lessons learned in the gloom, and the voices of the packs making an impact. So circle up. The COT podcast starts right now.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Welcome back to the Circle of Trust podcast. Today is August 1st, Friday, August 1st. Check out the Nation Slack. I know you guys, first of the month, you guys love knowing that Go Ruck code is out. It is out. I don't know if I'm putting in the newsletter. I don't know if we'll put it in the newsletter. Somehow that thing keeps leaking and then we got to shut it down. Maybe we won't put it in the newsletter this time. We'll see if we can keep it up longer. It turns out some folk are finding it and they're putting it on discount sites and that just becomes Go Ruck created this amazing opportunity for us. They kick back some money to us. They kick back, take a discount off for you guys. I don't know what they're getting out of it other than the sale of that bag, but make sure you use that affiliate link. But it's not worth it for us to just offer that discount to non-F3 participants. That's not our goal. So if it gets out there, we just want to shut that down and keep it in-house. So help us with that on your side of things. But check out the Nation Slack and the Ruck channel. I know it's there. And then hopefully we'll see if this new model, we were going to do a quarterly model. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to change it up. Also, last Tuesday ago, we had our State of the Nation address, and it's more of a call to action. I hope you've been able to check that out. I hope you've been able to roll through that. Hey, guys, it doesn't have to be an hour long. You can two-speed it. You can cut it down to 30 minutes. If you tell me it's too long for an hour, there's a speed button on there. Figure that out and take 30 minutes of your time. You can skip over my section. That'll save you some time too. And what you really want to hear is a call to action from Power Clean. I think he put his email out there, sectors@f3nation.com, really trying to build some capacity to support this growth that we've had. Side note, I just got an email in today. I think it's a rough draft of the data, but I think we launched 90 new AOs across the world in the last 30 days. 90 new AOs. I think we were telling you we were launching 2 AOs a day. We may be up to 3. Oh my gosh, we're growing. That's incredible. A lot of the credit goes to folks like Power Clean and the sector Qs putting those supports in place. And if it doesn't apply to you, we get a lot of kickback about maybe this doesn't apply to me. Maybe it doesn't. But if you're willing to jump in this fight, if you're willing to jump in this side of things and help the overall idea of good men getting together in the world, that's who we're looking for. We probably couldn't handle all 75,000 of you emailing us. I know Power Clean can't go through that inbox, but man, if you're that guy that just feels compelled to jump in this fight with us and to spread the word to more men, that's my biggest thing. Is I'm tired of hearing guys saying I didn't know about F3, and I'm tired of watching the news. I'm tired of hearing stories. I'm like, man, why didn't that guy know about F3? And if we could just get after that, and if you're willing to help that, email Power Clean sectors at f3nation.com. Also, I hope you got to see Tackle, what his team is doing behind the scenes, the amazing advancements in technology, this kind of a universal Slack. And I hear you boys on Reddit. I saw it. We're going to capture some tracking data, and Dark Helmet's going to do something with it. I appreciate you inventing those things, and it helps us develop our conversations, but it's not true. We're just trying to develop a tool to help smaller regions or regions without what Tackle calls the nerd, and just being able to put those things in place because we have the capacity, we have the network, and we were able to collect that up. And I think that's a powerful advantage to what we do at the Nation. So take a look at that State of the Nation recap. I know Dark Helmet's got an email going out tomorrow, Saturday. I'm pretty sure that's when it's going to roll. Last weekend, Dark Helmet and I got a chance to go down to the Yellowhammer region. We didn't know what we were getting into, but it's the Gauntlet event put on by the packs of the Yellowhammer. They had starfished off of Birmingham, and what a great event. I hope you all are looking at a CSOP event in your local regions and figuring out ways to remove barriers, cost especially. It doesn't take a whole lot to put something like on that has such amount of impact. So Go do a case study on that, what they did. Go email Forrest, go email Chef, find out how those guys put that event together. I know I'm leaving some guys out and I apologize, but shout out to those guys and what great host. And I had a buddy down there and I didn't get to see him, but I went into Alabama excited to see two of my brothers and I left with 100 brothers. And all the love, 100 plus. I didn't meet everybody, but and that's F3. That's F3 in a box. And I hope you guys are creating those opportunities in your region. We're here to help. Speaking of, there's a live event this weekend. We're going to go live at another event, the region Shamanwood and Plainsfield, and just like Yellowhammer, I don't exactly know all the details, so don't hold me to it. I know my boy Puddles is going to be jumping on the F3 Nation site, the Facebook live feed. So if you have a moment, check that out. Check out Puddles, what's going on, and while we're at it, man, I'd love to have another Facebook live event the following weekend. And the following weekend, and the following weekend, and really talk about all the amazing things going on across the nation. If you're into that, reach out to me. I'll get you set up. Well, we're not going to put all of you on the internet. You know why. But some of you would like, and happy to spread the word and highlight what you're doing in your region. So if that opportunity sounds good to you, feel free to reach out to me, Huckleberry at f3nation.com, and we'll go from there. Now, that's all I have for news. And some of you guys feel like these go on too long. So if you're just here for the news, get on out of here. But got a cool dude coming in here. His name's Hi. Did I say that correctly? Hey. All right. Hey. And hey. Appreciate you coming on. Got a great story that can't wait to tell you about. I'm learning about it as you guys are. Hey, you want to tell everybody who you are? Take over, and I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks, Huck. I'm just excited to share my story and share what we're up to. So 2006, I was diagnosed with a neurological disease called AMN. Fast forward to 2016, AMN had slowly deteriorated my mobility, and my wife looked at me in the eye and said, dude, you got to get off your sticks. You're going to fall, you're going to hit your head, and you're worth more to be alive than you are dead. So got in a wheelchair 2017, and just life marched on, or rolled on, as I say. And around COVID time, I started to wonder, because we had a lot of downtime, obviously, and this was before I even found F3. I didn't find F3 till December of 22. And so around COVID time, 2021, started to wonder what my life was all about, what was next, and felt a call to challenge my limits. And so in 23, finally, after some hemming and hawing, I got on a Spartan course race, several of those, did those, loved it. And by this time, I was in, F3 was a presence in my life, and men from my region, cross region, were showing up to support me, and started to wonder what was next after Spartan races. What's that next limit? And started thinking about a mountain. And as I like to say, Kilimanjaro, I didn't go to Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro came to me. It started to drop the breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs started to get dropped. It led me to Kilimanjaro, and an invitation by someone who took up an adaptive athlete in a wheelchair in 22. He said, Jeff, if you want to do it, we'll make it happen. Thus, this mission, the My Impossible mission, was born. And we've been training now since January of 24 for climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. As of right now, we are 36 days away from starting our climb. I have a team of 32 people around me who have said yes to this mission, said yes to me, yes to the mission, 16 of which are PACs, are him, high impact men who have come alongside me, and then 16 others from around the nation who have said yes to this mission. And it's more, this climb is more than just saying, hey, I climb Mount Kilimanjaro. We want this to be a beacon in the world of what's possible, and that the impossible is possible. And a lot of times that's dependent upon who shows up next to you. And so that's what we're up to. 36 days climbing Mount Kilimanjaro in a wheelchair.
All right, I'm just I don't know a whole lot. Where is Kilimanjaro?
Kilimanjaro is in East Africa. So it's about all in flight. It's about a 20-hour flight. Depends on how many stops you got. So it's East Africa, and Kilimanjaro is in the southern region of Tanzania, Africa. Kilimanjaro is the highest freestanding mountain in the world. There's higher mountains, and mountain ranges, but this is the highest freestanding mountain at 19,340 feet. And the climb itself, from where we start to where we finish at the summit, is 13,500 feet.
How many days does it take to start from start to
6
finish?
days. So it's about 4.5 days up and then a day and a half down. They joke that once we get to the summit, they're just going to push me and I'm going to roll down the mountain. But yeah, 4.5 days up. We are doing the Maringu route, which is the quickest route of I think there's 7 that get to the summit, but it's also the highest elevation gain quickly. The highest elevation gain. So we are going to be going slow. We have an acclimation day built in. The Swahili term is pole pole. And so we are going to be going slowly, pole pole. Probably we've been warned by our guides and our leads, probably slower than we've ever done anything before, for our own safety.
Have you done anything? This sounds stupid, by the way, and this is why I love it. So I appreciate it. Did you practice first? Or did you take on a local mountain before you went after Kilimanjaro?
So we've been, like I said, we've been training since January of 24. We've gone out to Colorado twice. In last year, 2024, we did a 13er. This past year, in Colorado, we got to around 9,005. We've done North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the Pocono Mountains. Wherever we can get that has some elevation gain or present a challenge in terms of the terrain, we've been there.
And I mean, and just your lifestyle. Just when I think of a 20-hour flight, I cringe a little bit, but that's even that in itself has to be a tremendous obstacle for you. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to say I call them bathroom issues. Because of my neurological disease, I got bathroom stuff going on. So I think about that constantly, planning, prep for that. I actually, we had a donor who wanted to pay for, and I'll just say it was my dad. My dad wanted to help, and he said, I want to buy you a business class ticket. So my dad,
Thanks,
without expectation, he goes, Jeff, I got you. And so I'm thankful because I'm 6'3", 212 pounds. I'm not a small guy. So the proposition or the option to fly business class to Tanzania was literal godsend. And so thankful to my folks who decided to do that for me.
That's incredible. Now, I know there's a group of F3 guys that do the Need for Speed. They push disabled athletes in a wheelchair. Are these the same guys that are kind of jumping on board?
No,
Totally different group.
Totally different group.
How do you find these guys that are just willing to just jump on this crazy train with you and take on this monumental task? Who are these guys?
Well, there's guys and gals. As I said, 16 are packs from from my region and the neighboring region. So in July of 23, when I did my first Spartan race, it was horrible weather, and 18 guys showed up for that race. 18 packs showed up to help me accomplish that in muddy, wet, slippery, treacherous terrain. And that's when I knew that I could do this. And so I announced it first to my local region, and guys, we were at a barbecue on a Saturday afternoon, and guys looked at their wives who were there and gave them and asked sort of with their eyes, can I do it? So we got our first 5 or 6 there, and then it just grew. We have an awesome relationship with the Spartan organization. They recommended a handful of people, guys and gals, to the team. Have my brother, he's 2 years younger than me, EKG in the Orlando region, and so he's on board. And then I got guys that I worked with 25 years ago who are on board, who said when they heard about it, Jeff, I want to be part of that. So we've just, over time, we've been so fortunate to get people either recommended to us, to me, or have come to the table and said, hey, can I be a part of this?
You mentioned in the beginning your wife kind of inspired you to just go. And look what she did. How's she feeling? Did she unleash a monster?
Well, in the beginning, when we had that honest conversation in 2016 about moving to life in a wheelchair, she was thinking about uh, our lives, just everyday lives. And then as things unfolded, and we huddled, and I said, "Hey, I want to do this. Are you in?" She very quick, because she was starting to see the power of F3. I mean, the men who had started showing up in my life and that I was showing up for, she was starting to witness the impact of that. And as those guys said yes, for her, the yes was an easy yes, because she knew their hearts, and she knew that what we say at F3, no man left behind and leave no man as you find him, that's a living, breathing ethos. And I was living it. I was experiencing it. And so, naturally, she has concerns about the altitude and all that. I mean, that's normal. I do too, and I'm doing it, but she's all in.
Is she traveling with you?
No. So I have a soon-to-be senior in high school and a soon-to-be eighth grader, and school starts on September 2nd, and then we fly out September 5th to start the climb on September 8th. So just a lot going on here at home, and she's handling things with the family.
How can we follow along? Specifically September 5th. If I knew there was a cell phone towers out there, I'd be like, man, can he live stream this Facebook Live for us? This would be so cool. But are you going to capture these moments in any way? And how can we follow you along your journey?
So we're going to do our best. We've been told again and again, while the trail on Kilimanjaro has developed technologically, and that there is Wi-Fi that we can connect to, or satellite, it's spotty. So we've been told that. So we're going to do our best as we climb. What we can say for sure, and this gets to what we're up to now. So we have hired a professional film crew and a director to go up the mountain with us. So we have 2 cameramen and we have a director. All 3 of them are Tanzanian. They're local. So we are so excited to invest in the local economy by doing this. So we're filming as we go up and come down. And because at the end of the day, our desire and our plan is to develop a documentary, about a 35-minute film that dives into the My Impossible story, my story, the origin story of our charity, My Impossible, and, to tell the story through the metaphor of the mountain. Because this story is way bigger than just climbing a mountain. This story is about my heart. This is about me finding myself that I'm 51. At 51 years old, I came to F3 at 48. It's about my becoming and this whole idea of what it looks like to step into what feels impossible. So we're still raising money for that, and we'll talk a second about the event we have planned and rolling out. It's being fueled by F3 Nation regions all over the country. But that's what we're up to right now. So how to follow us? You can connect on Instagram, on Facebook. We'll do our best to report back and on those channels as and when the internet cooperates. But ultimately, we're going to tell a bigger story.
And you started enough. How can F3 Nation help? What can we do?
Yeah. So what we hear again and again, and from many F3 regions and AOs that I've been blessed to connect with, is, Jeff, how can we be a part of this? And so with the help of a couple just amazing men from across F3 Nation, we've designed what we've called the Kilimanjaro Challenge. So what the Kilimanjaro Challenge is on the actual dates of our climb, September 8th through September 13th, the challenge is for those that aren't going to Tanzania to accomplish an elevation gain over that time of 13,500 feet. That's the exact elevation gain that we're going to get from start to summit. And they can do it however they want. They can do box steps. They can do hill repeats. They can do it on the treadmill. I know here in my AO, we have a whole bunch of park benches that are 18 inches high, and we're going to design some beat downs during that week for them to get get a bunch of steps in. And so that's the challenge. And so we've made it really accessible. We have a fantastic site on Run Sign Up. We made it a no-brainer financially. It's $20. And for the first 100 men who sign up, they get a free patch, really cool patch for their backpack or their on their arm or wherever they want to put it. And there's going to be a leaderboard. We're going to have prizes for winners. If you donate on top of the entry fee, if you donate $75, you get a free Spartan race code, which is about a 50% discount on running a Spartan race. They usually run around 150, but for a $75 donation on top of entry, you get a Spartan code. So we just want to make it, we're throwing the doors wide open. And we want our big, hairy, audacious goal in terms of participants is 2,000. So we would just love it if 2,000 packs from around the nation or around the globe, for that matter, would register or invite family and friends. It's not just for F3. Could be your M's, could be your 2.0s, could be your work buddies or work colleagues. We're just throwing open the doors.
I find best, the pro tip, when you get into these situations, and I'm not speaking to hey, I'm kind of talking to the guys listening. Wrap this, when you involve more people, wrap it in a second F event. It doesn't have to be necessarily an F3 men only kind of situation, but once we open up to the second F and getting our families, getting our kids climbing for that purpose, for that mission, make it work that way. And that's what we've seen be most successful. You mentioned the My Impossible. You hoping this helps propel an idea forward. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so the mission of My Impossible is to inspire and enable those with visible or invisible disabilities to be able to take on and achieve their impossible. And we do that through powerful storytelling. We do that through activating just a badass community and by practical support. Sometimes it just means dollars and cents. So we want to inspire anybody who has a limit in their life, visible or invisible, to take on the thing that feels impossible. So that's our mission. And a big element of that is the documentary. Like, as an organization, we might be able to come alongside 2 or 3 other people a year to help them achieve their impossible. But with this film and the hopes that we have for distribution, we want to touch 100,000 lives that we may never know their name. We may never know their circumstance, but because they watch that film and get to the end and click the QR code, they decide to take a step in their life, to step out from behind the limit that they have decided is a limit, step out from behind that and take action towards living a more full, complete, fulfilling life.
I'm going to steal some words. Certainly, guys with what you called visible disabilities, it makes it easy for us. It makes it easy to look at a guy and you can say, I know what his problems are. I know he's working on. But at some level, we all have something we need to be working in on. And if it's not visible, we hide it. We hide that. And guys with visible disability allow us that practice and allow us to really dig in. And so the message is applicable to everybody. Whether you have a visible disability or something you're just struggling with on the inside. That's the point of the Circle of Trust. Get it out there. You got a support network to make you do anything you can. And here's a guy going to go climb a dang mountain in Africa. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I guess I can open up a little bit more to my brothers, my shield locks. That's not quite as an impossible task, even though in my brain, I certainly make it that way. So I encourage you to take up Dark Helmet, Power Clean. I hope you're listening. I think, man, we should, man, yeah, this is really cool. We do a lot of things around the country, and yeah, this Dark Helmet. Let's talk offline and how we can maybe put a little bit more focus on this through the nation. In fairness, I get 3 emails a day. Somebody's saying, hey, I gotta do this, I could do that, and it's not often we pull a guy in and say, hey, yeah, we want to put some nation focus on this, and so I don't know, man. What a great cause! What a great organization. And I love that you're using the local folk. I think that's just, yeah, that's the way that you're doing it right. You're doing it the right way. Man, I don't know what to talk about. I'm just inspired. What else you got? What else can we talk about?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about stepping into purpose, and whether that's helping me and coming alongside me and my team as we climb, whether it be a donation or an entry into this challenge, or just taking a step, kind of like what you were just saying, in just recognizing that everybody in the COT has something that they're struggling with. That's you call it a disability or call it something else, but it's invisible. It's just step alongside somebody, and the power of community. That's one of the messages of Mind Possible, and what we're doing is the power of community to activate and engage and help another do what feels impossible. I want to invite everybody, whether we, at the end of the day, we know your name, you participate in something we're doing or not, just step alongside someone else and help them to come from behind a limit that they believe is holding them back.
I thank you. I think I always struggle with words sometimes. And when I gave my State of the Nation address, what you just said, I wish I'd used those words. It takes everybody to get in this fight. It takes everybody to realize that when we resonate together, we can impact community, and we can overcome not only can we overcome our individual things, but we can then work together to overcome some of the community's issues. And I'm tired of complaining about them. Damn it, we're gonna go do some stuff. And if this man can climb a mountain, fly an airplane for 20 hours, that's hard enough as it is. But yeah, this man can get out there and conquer a mountain in another continent. Yeah, we can turn up a little bit at our local level for sure. And certainly that's a tremendous explanation. Any questions I didn't ask you were hoping I was going to ask you?
No. I mean, you've asked all the right ones, all the ones at least that I had in my mind. Let's just get it. Let's get it done. Let's get 2,000 plus men into this challenge. And what I will say too, I said $20 is a low bar of entry. I recognize $20 may not be a low bar of entry for everybody. So if you want to do this challenge and that's a constraint in any way, I'm in the Nation Slack. Hey, you can find me, or you can put it in the show notes, Huck. Find me, and because we have men who have already donated scholarship entries. So if even the $20 is a limit in some way right now, this week, next week, don't worry about it. Just reach out and we got you.
Man, that's so cool. That's so cool of you to do that. And on top of all the things, see, so I warned you, my brain's going to go. I had all the questions, and then it was my turn to talk, and then I forgot. Reach out to Hey on Slack. Jump up there. We got the Step Up Challenge September 8th through September 13th. And that sounds like I'm going to put that on my calendar right now. I am going to drop in. I think that's what it was. I'll drop, if you're listening to us on a podcast, I don't know what to do, but I love YouTube. We're much more beautiful on YouTube. So check in, link down below. Just scroll down a little bit. I'll put all the links in there to the My Impossible website. I think that should get you all the information. Check Nation Slack for Hey's contact info. And Hey, I'd like to ask, and I know you're busy, but I'd love to hear more of your story, especially working with a disability. Maybe, I don't know, Bones and DFib and Dial Up. If y'all are listening and want to hear and dig into this man's story and put you on another podcast, I'd love to do that too. Just what you're doing is pretty dang amazing. And I want to shout it from the rooftops. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's really cool, really cool. Tell your wife, thank you, and your kids, thank you. I support I think we should support our spouses, and I'm just gonna say, no matter what. It's that simple. No matter what. And it sounds like you have that support network, and I would wish that upon every man listening, every man in F3 Nation. Get yourself a family support network that you support them no matter what, and they support you no matter what, with their words, with their actions, with their beliefs. We work better when we excel as a unit. And I want to say thank you. All right, I'm gonna push a couple buttons in here, play some music. I got a new intro. Hope y'all liked it. It's okay. It's all right. We're working on it. But hey, I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit a couple buttons and
I'm your Huckleberry.